Hey guys, so today I'm heading over to Spirit FM. I generally do that once a month, do fitness topics. And today the topic we're going to be talking about is kids and teen strength training and the benefits, and kind of getting rid of the kind of taboo that kids and teens shouldn't move weight once it's done correctly. I'm just going to show you inside the Spirit FM radio station and meet some of the guys. Okay, enjoy.
Spirit Radio, passion for life. There's Tasman Archer with Sleeping Satellites. You're on the morning show with Dom. It's 10:30, and we all want our children to be fit and healthy, and if at all possible, injury-free. Our next guest works with teenagers and children on health and fitness, and some of the things he has to say about strength and conditioning for children might surprise you. In studio now to tell us more, we have Stephen Kinsler, head coach at FSM Bray. Stephen, you're very welcome back.
Thank you for having me again.
Oh, well,
Thank you.
It's good to see you. You took your clients, young and old, out for some hill walking at the weekend. How did that go?
We did. So one of our kind of new projects is we're doing all this fitness, and a lot of people join the gym to get fit, and they kind of get lost and they have to be at the gym. But the reason why they're training is to utilize what they've gotten from the gym. So we took our teens and our kids, we went up Braehead, and it's just using their fitness, and everyone enjoyed it. Some of the kids never done Braehead before. I think our youngest was 5 that climbed Braehead was, and then some of our adults didn't even done Braehead. And so we kind of, over the summer, because we have the good weather, we kind of want to make it a kind of regular thing. So we're doing all this training, and we just wanted to kind of get outside and just kind of show them that, like, what you can do with this newfound fitness.
Yeah.
That they wouldn't, like, some people might do it regularly, but a lot of kids and teens and stuff like that, they wouldn't just trek up Braehead in general. So we decided to do that, and then next time we would like to go to Glenaloch and kind of make it bigger every time.
Yeah. So it's actually getting fit so you can actually do something active, which seems like a pretty sensible thing to do.
And it's a lot of people get lost in that. We find that a lot of people get lost and they get kind of hung up in the gym, and it's all about the gym, and it's like there's a whole reason why you joined the gym is to use your fitness. So if you're just using your fitness in the gym, kind of what's the point? You want to get out and be active, and you'll find that, like, your weekends are better, and it just thinks life's a little bit better. Enjoy it. You only get one kind of real go at it, so we might as well enjoy it, you know.
Indeed.
As
Get
much
out there
as you
and
can.
enjoy. Yeah, indeed. So talk to me about children. I mean, the children are still growing and developing. So are there exercises that children shouldn't do? So you got a child who wants to be really good at sports. I mean, what's the general approach here?
Kids, in my opinion, kids should play multi-sports, as in they should be allowed to try multi-sports. They shouldn't play every sport all at the same time. They should be allowed to jump in and out of sports until they're 13, 14 or 15, and when they decide that there's something that they really, really are passionate about. And even then, they should all be doing some sort of balancing training. And what I mean balancing training is strength training. And strength training is the only kind of exercise or sport in the world that will benefit all other sports. So it only makes sense for children to move weight. They're moving weight every day, school bags, toys, but teaching them correct pattern and how to use their bodies efficiently will benefit their sport long term. And it's been proven. It's been scientifically proven. And the kids that we do, they lift weights, they move kettlebells, they lift weight plates, the medicine balls, slam balls, they push boxes, they do everything that our adults will do on a lower scale. And their coordination, even some of our kids that would have dyspraxia or ADHD, their coordination, their confidence is getting much stronger for people that didn't want to play sports originally. So I think it's a necessity, but we still come across with a lot of parents that they're unsure. And for example, I had a physio, I don't know the person's name, obviously I wouldn't mention them, but a physio had explained to a parent that their child should never lift weights until they're the age of 18, which makes no sense. The 18 is just a cutoff. It's a number plucked out ahead. Why at 18 are you perfectly sound to lift a weight then, when that child is going to be moving weight religiously every day? Just getting out of bed, moving their own body and stuff like that.
So it's not bad for a kid to build up muscle and to lift weights. And
in fact, you're actually building bone mineral density as they get older, So they're less likely to have osteoporosis, less likely to have any sort of injuries when they play. So, for example, I'll take rugby, and rugby's a great sport. And I have nothing against anyone that plays rugby. I think it's a fabulous sport. Like most sports are fabulous if you're into that particular sport, or even football. You're running up and down a pitch. You're hitting your body up to about 7 times the impact you're throwing on your body. Every time your knee is hitting, 7 times the impact of its body weight. It can hit up to that weight depending on the speed. And then someone comes and sidewinds you and hits you, knocks you over. That's healthy? No, that's a sport. And sports aren't healthy. As you get higher into a sport, it's not healthy. It's about
Is there overtraining for some of these sports now, or people have huge, like, body mass is so big that people can get injured more easily?
I wouldn't say it's over. I think there's a lot of pressure put on teenagers at an earlier age to be the excellence, to be the top tier. And I think that can disillusion children, because no matter what sport you play, eventually you're going to get to an age where it is the best player plays, and it is about winning. As much as we like to say to younger kids, it's not about taking part, it's about just enjoying yourself. Eventually it does get to the point where if you're not good enough, you're cut from the team. And psychologically and just mentally, for a lot of people, a lot of kids, that throws them off when they're teenagers and they stop wanting to exercise because they don't want to go and sit on the bench every day. And there's a valid point for, obviously, the competitive side of things. But again, if you're getting kids disinterested in all types of fitness at 13, 14, 15, then they're in their 20s before they start wanting to get in shape again. And then it's go to the gym.
Yeah.
And lift weights.
So it's not a healthy sort of scheme, is it, to put people through if they fall off the wagon and then they have to get back on the wagon with their general enthusiasm.
Most things that we do in life, and that can happen. Like what we want to do is what we do with our kids training is we build up. Like if you play a sport, that's great, and I love sports, but that sport is the same repetitive motion constantly. So if you play Gaelic or rugby or running, or it's the same repetitive motion, there's no balancing of those muscles. And what we do is balance those muscles. So as they get older, the likelihood of injury is less. They're more confident in their body, they're more aware of their body, and they know how to recover, they know what to be eating. So we're educating them on the boring stuff, if you'd say, but we make it as a process. So if a child comes into our group, we're doing squatting. They start off with the basic, can you squat with your body weight? So just your body with no weight. Then it's a PVC pipe, then it's a 5 kilo bar. And we only progress people when it's perfect movement. So they understand when we ask for movement patterns, they know there's a tier, there's a level. So if they're lower and they're not getting it, like for example, last week we had a girl come in first day and we were squatting and she wasn't using any weights. And we showed her that there was another kid using the bar, and the other kid using the 5 kilo bar, and some kids one girl was back squatting 25 kilos for 3 reps at the age of 10. And we said, well, that's the progression. And Zoe started where you were, and we'll build that up over time. And Zoe's been with us over a year, and it took us a year to get her to there. But when she's 16 and she's a teenager and she's still active in sport, she's going to be better. And categorically going to be better. Yeah.
So you're talking about general health, aren't you? I mean,
we're building general health for people, because sport is great, but there's a point where sport becomes unhealthy. And ask any high-end athlete, rugby, football, athletics, are they healthy? They'll tell you no. They're constantly injured or have niggles. They're tired. Their whole life has evolved around that one thing that they do every day. Whereas for the majority, 99% of us, fitness is a very small part of our everyday. So if you're training, then it's to make your job, your family life better. If you're an athlete, everything else is to make you as an athlete better. So we think if you develop this through kids and understanding of that, they'll stay active longer, they'll stay in sports longer, have less injuries. And if they decide to quit sport, they might still be active, as in go to the gym, train in a community environment, and understand that health is a part of their life, and it should be like brushing your teeth. And I think that's a big lesson that needs to be kind of really hammered home in Ireland, in Europe, but mainly in Ireland. And we work with the Brand X company that literally they're creating this a world where kids are just excelling in sport because of their history of strength training at a young age. Now, when we say strength training, it's like what's what they can lift. It's not, we're not making them lift like weightlifters and stuff like that. We're making them lift what they can lift, what they can handle. And we just see that in the coming years, will anyone that comes through our program will excel, and in any program that's similar to ours.
Yeah,
I think it's huge.
well, it's inspiring stuff, Steve. Interesting to hear you talk about it. And also, it's probably quite a different thing from what we've heard. There is a kind of what you might say is a myth out there that younger people shouldn't lift weights. So that's interesting.
Like, we get told that you're going to damage growth plates and tendons and ligaments,
and your bones
and muscles
will compact or something.
Yeah, and it's like years ago. They said massage was frowned upon because it was damaging to the body. Now everyone knows that massaging actually helps the body recover, helps blood flow and stuff like that. But yeah, this whole thing of, there's been no study done. Like, I haven't seen one, and the people that I get mentored by have never showed me one, that kids that have studies that have shown that kids are damaged. In fact, actually, a European study was done. I think it was the UK strength and conditioning, that it was over, I think it was 14,000. I think, no, I can't quite, well, I do have the number in the office. 14,000 injuries in kids' sports that don't do any strength activity. And kids that were doing strength activity had a better bone density and less likely of injury. And that was a study done, proven in the last couple of years. And that's all online. You can get all this stuff online. But if you Google kids shouldn't lift weights, you'll find a ton of like made up stuff about it.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't make sense. And again, at the end of the day, it doesn't make sense. If you play 5 sports and expect your child, like we had a teen in and he plays 5 sports, and I asked the parent, does he have an injury? No. Oh, his back's at him and his knee's sore. I said, he's playing 5 sports a week. What balancing work? Well, when they're 18, they start to do strength training with the club. He's 14. So you've got 4 more years of that repetitive before they're going to start balancing them out. That makes no sense. Well, to me, it doesn't make sense. It might make sense to the coaches or the physios or the people they're talking to. It makes no sense to me. So I'm like, well, how about balance that now? If your 14-year-old has suffering from back problems now, when he's 18, he probably won't be playing sport. Like, there's a likelihood of that. So
Yeah.
I'd like to avoid that as much as possible by introducing basic human patterns.
Yeah.
Which require strength.
And strength and general health. Well, it's a fascinating to chat about it.
I
And,
get wound up over. Sorry.
I know you're passionate. And you also have the backup of information. And as always, Steve, when I look at lots of things, the information available to us is often not what we need.
No.
Indeed.
Exactly.
But listen, thanks for coming in.
No problem.
We can
Always
find
good
you
to
at fsmbray.ie. That's the place to go.
Yep, that's it.
Well, Stephen Kinsella, head coach. Thanks for joining us and inspiring us. Get lifting weights, people. It's good for you. Calling Glory now with Carry Me. You're on Spirit.
Cool.
Good stuff, man. Gosh, that is. Because, like, when I was playing rugby, it was all like, oh, no, we can't be lifting too many weights.
Yeah.
Too young. And, like, some of us would. And it was kind of like, well, I don't see what the big problem is. But, yeah, the understanding of it is very, very...
Oh, I need to do one more thing we have a gym challenge. So... just doing a show at Spirit FM and Kids Fitness with the man
Dom.
I forgot Dom's name, and this isn't the first time I've interviewed with Dom. So my bad again, because I'm shacking my names. But now we're going to do our Ninja Burpee Challenge for the FSM members.
Yes, we are.
So hope you enjoyed it.